This is a lot in here that I need to calm down. Hello. This video is going to be kind of a chit-chatty video a little bit. This video I will be sharing some habits that I would love to practice this fall season. I feel like I'm at a good start because I've already decorated. My room is very fall, you know, I have all the fall tones that I can manage in my space right now. So what better way to begin this fall season with practicing a few habits that can last me through the rest of this year. My first habit that I want to practice is no social media for the first hour of waking up. Doing this YouTube thing more seriously, me having anxiety, me dealing with anxiety and dealing with like a lot of just intrusive thoughts. One thing that I tend to do is I will monitor like numbers and all this stuff so much to the point that I burn myself out. So one thing that I've been practicing for the past 3 weeks now, turn off all my notifications on my phone. YouTube, for Instagram, for TikTok, for any medium that I feel that I put my worth into the numbers, I turn those off. It helps me to not immediately gravitate to pull up the app and check something. I will say it's been easier because I grew up not really having social media at all. I didn't get Instagram until I was in high school. Learning the social media ropes has been kind of a new thing for me within the past 5 years, but it can be a great thing and also be a bad thing because you can get very obsessive with it. And I don't want that for myself. I want this to be fun and enjoyable. So yeah, I will do something that does not require a screen, not needing to have that be the first thing I grab in the morning. Number 2 is right after all the self-care stuff, in lieu of using a phone or a computer or anything like that, I want to read, study something, prayer, sit in silence. And I'm almost finished with Heaven and Earth Grocery Store by James Baldwin. James McBride. I've been finishing up that book. I have literally half of chapter left, but I'll wake up and read that in the morning. I'll also read my Bible, satiate my soul that I need, because this is a lot in here that I need to calm down. I'll also, if I don't stretch, I will journal and just write out my thoughts. I will sit in silence for a few minutes and just get out some things that probably I didn't discuss with friends or family yet. Maybe get out some weird intrusive thought that's in my head that I don't want to give power. It's better out on paper than in my head. If something hurts, because we getting older, some things will kind of ache and creak. Sometimes I'll sleep wrong, so I want to listen to my body and say, okay, my neck hurts, let me rotate that around a bit. And that just helps just to be more relaxed and in tune with myself, with my mind, before trying to kickstart the day. Number 3 is looking at myself in the mirror. Well, that sounds very weird, but growing up for me, for years, I would not look at myself in the mirror. I spent so much time, you know, in fear and in darkness with myself that I would just completely ignore what I looked like in the mirror. Filming myself, recording myself. It's become easier in the past few years, but I really, you know, instead of looking at myself through a viewfinder or looking at myself through editing, I want to see myself through a mirror, see what's changing. Okay, I ate something last night that affected my skin. It's showing up on my skin. I'm anxious. It's showing up in my eyes. It's showing up in my complexion. I think it's been really helpful for me because I can understand what's going on in here even if I don't want to acknowledge it. I can see it in my face. Like, our bodies mirror into what we're feeling inside and outside. If you feel bleh on the outside, for the most part, it's something internal that you're dealing with that you probably aren't acknowledging yet, you probably haven't dealt with yet. And in their own time, everything, you know, comes in its own time. Everyone's mental health journey is different. It's been helpful to look at myself in the mirror, really stare at her and say, you know, you look tired, you look stressed, you look anxious. What's going on with that? So that is habit number 3 that I want to start doing. Number 4 is drinking water. I've always been good at drinking water. I try and drink like 40 ounces, 3 40-ounce canister bottles. I will say I've been slacking this past few weeks because of my anxiety, and you know when you're anxious you don't want to like eat, you don't want to drink water, you don't want to take care of yourself. So I have to do better at that. So I want to make it a habit, even on the weekends, to 120 ounces of water a day to avoid headaches, because I get headaches a lot, and just to not feel a need to like snack on sugar, because that's also a big thing for me. Number 5, be playing a game. Playing games, play games before, like I've shown it on previous videos. Like I love to game, and it's always hard for me to find time to game because I have so many games that I want to play, and then when the time comes to play the game, I'll just put on Sims. So a habit for me is to play at least in a variety, like not just playing Sims for like hours on end, but my Switch, my Nintendo DS that I have, play on my computer, you know, play on different platforms that will just help, you know, relieve stress. I think some games that have been helpful for me is unpacking. Unpacking has been really fun to do. I really adore that game. It makes me super nostalgic. I love that there's not a perfect way to do something or to unpack something, but I also like that there are things that it will highlight for you that don't go somewhere. It has the mechanics to say, this doesn't go here, find a different place. And it tells a story throughout the way as well, you know, for you and the person that it's being crafted towards. So I love Duck Detective. I've been playing that as well because I've always loved detective games. I love playing Palia as well, even though the open world kind of overwhelms me a little bit. I like playing it on my Switch a little bit more than my computer, but I want to try both platforms just to see, you know, if it is just maybe like a motion sickness thing, or just if it feels a bit clunky on one, not the other. I don't know, but I like how Palia gives you like a checklist to do every single day that I can check those off. And I love Duck Detective as well because it has those same elements of checking something off to get to the next step of the case. But yeah, I really want to just game to my heart's content and game the way I used to when I was a little baby. Next habit is folding and hanging up my clothes the minute they come out of the washer, the dryer, and as soon as I get home and change out of those clothes from work. I have a terrible habit of not putting them up, and then they pile up in my closet, and I have to spend half of the day washing and folding and hanging up stuff that could have been done if I just did it in smaller increments and did it that day. In this anxiety rut that's been pretty prevalent. So I want to make it a habit daily that when I come home and I get off work, I change out of my clothes and I will put them up. I'll put them aside in their proper place, either hanging it back up, either putting it in the dryer, putting it in the hamper, something. And then when I finish drying them, folding them right after and not letting them sit in my room or on my bed for weeks. The next habit is making something with my hands. I have really been enjoying crafting with clay. I've made all clay magnets that I really am excited to show here soon. And I've been making things for friends. I've been crafting jewelry. It's just little things that spark inspiration within me. Instead of typing and texting and like scrolling, I can, you know, squeeze and mold and shape something and make it into a beautiful piece of artwork. So every week of this month, make something new. I don't even care what it is, but right now I really plan on working on more of my fall clay magnets because they're so cute and I love them. I'm also going to make something for a friend that I've been working on for a while, and I kind of messed up the first time, but I do want to work on that for her. And next habit is focusing on one task at a time. I am an advocate for multitasking in the best way possible, to the point where I burn myself out and then my brain cannot function anymore after the fact. I actually read somewhere maybe around last year that multitasking slows down your brain, like your brain synapses, and it can like be detrimental to your thought processes. And I feel that because sometimes I lose track of what I'm saying. My memory isn't that great. I know what words I want to say but can't think of them in the moment. If I'm trying to watch TikTok, watch YouTube video, and work at the same time, it's like put one down. Put one down. You don't need to do that. I don't need to, you know, try and cook and watch a video. Like, I need to focus on the task at hand. It will just bring me so much more peace to just, this one slot of time is going to be for this one task. I will not try and add something else on there. That's going to be a challenge for me because I love trying to do 2 things at one time, but working on it. It's a habit in progress. The next habit, I want to drink more tea. I used to drink so much tea like a year ago, and I don't know why I stopped. But I love tasting different flavors, seeing what tastes good, what does not taste good. I just love the art of making tea because it's slow. It's, you know, you have to take time to make it. So I also want to see how, you know, go and get into tea leaves and like see how those work and all that stuff. So yeah, I really want to make more tea, try more flavors out, and just relax with a cup of tea on my balcony more this season. So hopefully I can put that into use. The last habit that I would love to do, prayerfully if it gets cooler and it stays cooler, is going on more nature walks and going just on walks in general. This summer was a very hot summer in Texas, so we avoided the sun like the plague because it was just too hot and I didn't want to pass out from heat exhaustion. So we put aside walking for like the past 3 months now, and I miss it. I miss being outside and just walking in nature and just seeing, you know, people and how the scenery changes and all that stuff. So I am a vitamin D deficient girly, so vitamin D is a real big need for me. I think that will help on these walks again. That is all the habits that I want to try out and practice this fall season. Let me know what habits you're trying to practice. If any of these are the same, if they're different, if they're similar, any tips you have for keeping a pattern of habits. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed and thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you liked it and turn on post notifications. And I will see you all in the next video. Here's little Barry. You want to say bye to Barry? Bye.